Hello everyone. In this video, we will be discussing different types of understandings and misunderstandings that occur when trying to communicate with others and the different rules used to understand language. Our main focus will be on semantic rules used to understand words. The information can be followed on Chapter 5 of our textbook, Looking Out, Looking In. To begin, we would like to explain the bases that are often used to understand or misunderstand what others say to us. Semantic rules are ways in which we, as the user of language, assign meaning to a specific linguistic symbol. For example, semantic rules help us know and understand who we may or may not encounter behind a door with a symbol like the ones to the right. Such symbols help us decide which washroom we will use. Semantic misunderstandings occur when different meanings are assigned to the same word or linguistic symbol. An example is the word spam. Spam is a symbol that could be used in relation to electronic data and can also be used to describe a type of spread you may put on your food. Context plays a big role in avoiding semantic misunderstandings. In the next few minutes, we will be describing the different forms in which semantic misunderstandings can occur. Equivocation is a common cause of misunderstandings during the communication process. It often occurs when a word is assigned or given more than one meaning, or when the context of the conversation is not well understood. An example could be a doctor telling a patient that gene therapy is going to be required in order to treat her illness. The patient can misunderstand the statement and think that there is something wrong with her genes. Equivocal languages can lead to misunderstandings that can be trivial, and it is often therefore used in comedy and everyday humor. It is the responsibility of the receiver to clarify the equivocal language in order to prevent any misunderstandings.
Relative words get their meaning through comparison with other words. They are often used to describe any object. However, if the receiver does not have something to compare it to, he or she will not have a complete picture of what the sender is trying to describe. Using relative terms without explaining them can lead to a communication problem or misunderstandings. An example of relative language can be used to describe a hospital. Someone could say that the Lake Ridge Health Hospital in Oshawa is big, but in comparison to a hospital like Mount Sinai Hospital in Toronto, it's small. It's important to remember that relative words that are not explained thoroughly can lead to misunderstandings. Another factor that helps us understand words and others around us better is static evaluation. This is a term that is used to describe people or object as unchanging or constant. The keywords associated with static evaluation are mostly is or are, and they often denote a permanent state. For instance, when someone says, Dr. Scarlett is insensitive, we automatically assume that that's how she is at all times. However, it could be that Dr. Scarlett is only insensitive when performing surgeries, as she avoids developing feelings for her patients, as that could affect her performance.
Abstract language is non-specific and is a type of language that can be useful in verbal shorthand. It is used to summarize or include more than one specific statement in one general term. An example could be a patient thanking a doctor for saving his life, instead of thanking him for every specific thing the doctor did before and during the course of his treatment. Despite the advantages of abstract language, it can also lead to false judgments and stereotyping. A nurse could say that all patients are rude and are demanding, but overly expressions like this can cause people to think in generalities and lead them to ignore uniqueness. On the contrary, behavioral language is more specific and provides relevant information about the topic. For example, a statement like, Dr. Scarlett performed a heart transplant surgery on John today is very specific. An abstraction ladder is used to describe situations or statements in different levels of specificity and abstraction. Euphemisms are terms that are pleasant to the receiver, therefore, they are used to replace blunt terms. Euphemisms are meant to soften the impact that the message is going to have on the receiver. Unfortunately, the use of these terms can often mask the accuracy or truthfulness behind a message. In a healthcare setting, a health professional, when trying to disclose to a cancer patient about how long they have left, he can talk about how the person had an amazing and privileged life, so they should not worry about dying. This can either lead the patient being happy or getting angry at the doctor for not showing sympathy. Therefore, euphemisms can lead to misunderstandings. Here is an example of a misunderstanding.
Patient has a fractured fibula. Given him a mild sedative, so he can be able to go home tomorrow.
Daddy's gonna be so excited.
That killed him.